Hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new video, and today's video is going to be a little bit different since it's not actually a tutorial. So today I'll be telling the story of how a game indirectly stole my aura through the most complicated way possible. Just saying in advance, do not send hate to anybody in this video because at the end of the day, everything was resolved and now it's all okay. So the story starts with somebody from the comment section of my Precious Jeweled Aura video saying that I had copied the aura from Gray's RNG, a game that was released only a few days before the comment was made. As you can probably tell, I was pretty confused since I know for a fact that this is my original aura, I got the idea, and that I made it myself. So for a good day, I probably ignored that comment, but then I got curious because I genuinely did not know of any game called Gray's RNG and how in the world they'd have my aura since I never shared the model for it. So when I got some free time, I went ahead and joined the game and I found someone who had the aura and lo and behold, it's basically my aura one for one. Except it was a little bit worse, of course. In the moment, I was pretty angry because I was wondering how could a game just copy my aura and get away with it while getting massive amounts of players. After thinking for a little bit, I decided that I was just gonna contact one of the owners or developers so we can resolve this because I thought that they had just copied my aura and that was the end of the story. So that afternoon, I got in contact with one of the owners and confronted them about having copied my aura. So I got straight to the point and asked them why they ripped off my aura without asking for my permission, thinking that they did it and not somebody else. Little did I know, however, it was actually from a kit they bought from a YouTuber named Zeval. As it turned out, there is a lot more to this issue than I previously thought. Something fishy was going on and I couldn't really understand how it even happened. This YouTuber had 1.5 thousand subscribers at the time of me looking at his channel, and I was wondering why he would copy my aura. Before that, however, I clarified things with the owner of the game, and he decided to remove my aura for the time being, and I offered to make them an aura free of charge. If you want to go ahead and see the brand new update they just gave to their game, go ahead and check the link in the description to play it. After that, I knew that I had to find out why this was all happening and why it was allowed to happen in the first place. So after I was done talking with the owner of Gray's RNG, I decided to join the Discord server of the YouTuber to find out more and see how he was selling the kit. So I started chatting around with the members of the Discord server and asking them if they knew anything about the kit at all, like who made the auras inside of it, and who was selling it or responsible for making it sold. Right away, I was met with a lot of backlash because obviously the people in the Discord server were fans of the YouTuber that I was accusing of stealing. However, after a little bit more digging, I concluded that the YouTuber was in fact responsible for selling and making the kit. Now I thought that I knew for sure who was responsible behind stealing my aura, so I contacted the YouTuber to get his view on this and his statement before I made the video that you're watching right now. Can you guess what happened? Yeah, he was not the one who ripped off the aura. After talking to him for a little bit more time, I figured out that the auras he was selling in his kit were not actually his, but provided to him by a few members of the Discord server. At that point, I was really shocked because this had so many layers to it, to the point where the aura was passed on from multiple hands to multiple people that ended up in a game that people accused me of copying from. Once again, please do not send any hate at all to any of the people mentioned here, including Zeval, because he was very cooperative and cleared up the situation with me right away. Since he wasn't the one who stole the aura and had no idea that it was actually a ripoff of an aura that already existed, I understood him right away, and I'm glad that we managed to clarify it that fast. If you didn't know, he actually also makes tutorials for the game, including some things that you have already asked me to make tutorials on. So, I'll link his channel in the description, make sure to check out his videos because they are really useful and I've been watching them for a while. After talking with him, he gave me a name, and that led me to a new person to confront about the aura, and that was a member of his Discord server. keep in mind that this goose chase has been going on for a few days by the time we've gone to this point. I was getting pretty tired of having to confront a bunch of people about stealing my aura and getting almost nothing out of it. Just like all the other people mentioned so far, I contacted him and waited for his answer. It took a little while, but I got an answer from him, and guess what happened again? I was getting pretty close, but he was not the one who made the ripoff of my aura. The difference this time, however, is that I actually got an answer for who made the aura for sure, 100%. It finally came down to the final stand between me and the person who actually ripped off the aura, and I was ready for it because at that point I was tired of having to inquire on this for so long. Being the fourth person I was doing this with, I already knew exactly how to approach it, and straight away I texted him and told him that I knew that he ripped off my aura. Surprisingly, he did not deny any of what happened and admitted that it was actually just a simple mistake. You may be wondering, how in the world can a situation as large as this be just a simple mistake? Well, I was just as shocked as you when I discovered that he actually just sent that aura inside of a Roblox file by accident. After the timeline of events had been established, I knew right away what had happened and I understood everything clearly. What actually happened is that he was making a recreation of that aura in order to practice, to make auras of himself. He had actually made a few other auras in the same file, and he had sent them to somebody so they can study how they were made. The person he gave the file to then used that in a kit that he made, which he then provided to ZEval, who ended up selling it. The final part to all of this is that a developer of Gray's RNG bought that kit from ZEval and then used that in the game that they were making, and that's how it ended up in their game, and how a person from that game ended up in my comments saying that I copied the aura. After all of this happened, I couldn't help but find it funny and how unlucky this was to have happened to so many people in a way that this ended up in a game and I was accused of copying it. So from the very beginning, this was not actually my aura exactly, but a recreation of it. The original file of my aura is still not out anywhere. I'm not planning on releasing it either because all the things that I make in my videos are meant for tutorials, but this is one of my personal creations that I intend for either personal use or to be used in Souls RNG. I hope you enjoyed this little story time video, and I'm not sure if I'll be making any more of these in the future because there's not going to be a lot of stories to tell like this one, and until then, I have a 2,000 subscriber video planned, and I think I've already made a community post about it by the time you see this, and I hope that that video will turn out pretty good for you guys. So, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!